Imagine hearing a story that should have ended before it even began. A story where every sign tells you to quit. Yet the person at the center of it keeps moving. Not because he is confident, but because something inside him refuses to disappear. Picture this. A boy who is told he is slow. A teenager who fails exam after exam while the rest of his classmates move forward without him. A young man who applies to 30 jobs in his city and gets rejected by every single one. He walks into KFC with 4 friends, hoping for something simple and stable. The manager hires all 4 of them and tells them he is not the right fit. He watches his friends sign their contracts while he stands outside holding the same application form. He applies to Harvard 10 times, not because he expects to get in, but because a small part of him hopes someone might finally see value in him. They reject him every time. And in between those rejections, he tries small businesses that collapse so quickly that relatives begin whispering that he is wasting his potential. Anyone in that situation would break. Most people would accept the world's verdict and convince themselves they were unlucky, or cursed, or simply not talented. But here is the mystery. How does someone with this level of failure end up creating one of the largest companies in the world? That question is the curiosity that makes Jack Ma's story worth your full attention today. To understand Jack Ma, we begin in Hangzhou, China, where he grew up with very little money and even fewer advantages. He struggled with school, but as we transition deeper into his early life, something interesting appears. Instead of giving up, he looked for unconventional ways to grow. Every morning, he rode his bicycle for 40 minutes to a hotel where tourists stayed. He offered them free tours so he could practice English. He did this for 9 years. This simple routine created a skill that later became one of his greatest tools when speaking to global investors. If you imagine a student today waking up at dawn to speak to strangers online just to strengthen one skill, you understand the level of discipline Jack was building long before success arrived. As he moved into adulthood, the pattern of rejection became even stronger. Jack applied to dozens of jobs. None accepted him. Transitioning from one rejection to another, he kept trying. At KFC, 4 of his friends were hired. He was the only one denied. At the police station, they told him he did not have the right body. At another company, the manager said he looked too thin to handle the job. These moments test a person. Think of someone today who tries to apply to 10 restaurants and is rejected for reasons that have nothing to do with skill. Eventually, they stopped trying, but Jack kept going. He even applied to Harvard 10 times. He was rejected 10 times. Instead of taking it personally, he used it to strengthen his tolerance for disappointment. Then something shifted. In 1995, Jack visited the United States, and this transition became the turning point of the entire story. A friend showed him the internet. When he searched for the word China, nothing appeared. No information, no identity, no presence. That empty search result became the moment that connected his failures with his future. To test the power of the internet, he posted the name of his translation agency online. Within minutes, emails came from people around the world. It was the first time Jack saw the internet not as a machine, but as an opportunity to connect China with the rest of the world. Imagine running a small service today, posting it online once, and instantly receiving messages from 3 different countries. That experience can change the direction of your life. But progress is never smooth, and this leads us to his first big setback. Jack created China Pages, one of the first online directories for Chinese businesses. It failed. The market was not ready. The companies he approached did not even know how to use computers. He walked into factories and tried convincing owners to put their products online. Most laughed at him. Others said machines could never help them sell. Failure arrived again, but now he understood something deeper. He learned how Chinese businesses think, how trust is built, and what fears stop people from adopting new ideas. Everything changed again in 1999. Jack gathered 17 friends in his small apartment and introduced them to a new vision. This moment transitions from failure to foundation. He told them about building an online marketplace for small businesses. No money, no experience, no support, just belief. They invested their savings, and Jack used borrowed money to pay salaries. With no office space, his apartment became the headquarters of Alibaba. If you imagine a group of young creators working on laptops in one living room with no guarantee of success, you understand the atmosphere in that apartment. As Alibaba grew, competition arrived quickly. eBay entered China with resources that Jack could not match. Instead of competing directly, he made a strategic transition. He launched Taobao and made it free for sellers. eBay was charging fees. Naturally, small businesses moved toward Jack's platform. When people were afraid to pay online, he created Alipay. Experts said it was reckless. Some said it would fail immediately. But Jack believed that trust was more important than profit. Today, Alipay is one of the most successful digital payment systems in the world. The deeper lesson behind Jack Ma's journey becomes clear as we transition into the broader meaning of his story. He did not win because he was the smartest. He won because he used rejection as information, failure as training, and uncertainty as fuel. If KFC had hired him, he might never have created Alibaba. If Harvard had accepted him, he might never have explored entrepreneurship. His entire life proves that your background is not the limit. Your mindset is. What does this mean for you? It means starting small is not a disadvantage. It means rejection does not decide your value. It means the problem everyone else ignores might be your opportunity. It means consistency, curiosity, and belief can transform an ordinary story into an extraordinary one. Jack Ma's journey invites you to rethink what is possible when you refuse to give up. If you found value in this story and you want more content that challenges your thinking, helps you grow, and inspires you to unlock your potential, then share this video with someone who needs it. And subscribe so you never miss the next story that might change the way you see your own journey.